Mic test. Mic test. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for making the time and being here. And we're starting 15 minutes late today. Thank you for your patience with my lack of making time in time. This is Abhi DhiYogi. With some stories and songs and ideas. In today's curation of the yoga in relationships and breakups. Where we'll talk about and brainstorm or realize how do we connect with specific individuals or things. And how do we or why do we break up with certain individuals or institutions or things where the connection is lost? And what's the yoga? In this whole experience of building relationships or losing some. But before we embark, how about a song? Look into my eyes and you will see what you mean to me. Search my heart, search my soul. When I find you there, I'll search no more. Don't you tell me it's not worth fighting for. Don't you tell me it's not worth dying for. I know it's true. Everything I do it for you. As we were talking a few days ago, or day before yesterday, on how I was born a child. Then I formed a relationship with my mom and dad, my grandma, the siblings, the friends. Then my colleagues, right, teachers. And in doing so, how I gave time and space, I guess, in whatever I did, with them. So connections that we form, with time or in time. And in space, meaning we're living together, so we bond. I guess those are the first introductions to our relationships with our parents and siblings and those who we live with. And then we go out and make friends, meet them for a few hours here and there, even as a child. And we connect. Why do we connect with certain friends and why we don't connect with certain friends? Maybe because of interests or something more, I don't know. But with friendships, we take our first steps in connecting beyond the time and space constraints. Because you might meet a friend after 20 years and it may feel as if not a day has passed. You just take off from where you left. Let's say we went to school together and we meet after 20 years. Now, there's nothing that has changed. Though I have grayed and maybe other physical changes. But when we meet, it's like we're back in school. There's a connection that happens. What is that connection? If I were to reflect on it, I believe we connect with those friends with whom we can be ourselves, whoever we are. And being ourselves, we can be only when we are in the here and now, where there's no filter in what we say. Whatever comes, comes. Whatever we think, we express, no filter. It might be bad, good, but no filter. Just ourselves, whatever is happening in that moment. We might do things that may be nice or sometimes hurt our friends, but no filter. We might get into quarrels or arguments, but no filter when we're growing up. Where we are ourselves, oneself, in that moment, in the here and now. Because you can't be yourself in the future or in the past. You can only be yourself in the present. And these connections that we form, especially with friends, I may say, and then I guess our relationships with our family also mature so that we may connect in the here and now. And what happens with this is, yes, we are connecting in the here and now, but history starts building up between me and whoever I'm connecting to, be it the parents, siblings, friends, teachers, employees. And with the history comes my own judgments. But we'll talk about that later. But we're talking today and the first step of the connection. So some connections in time and space, like with our family, with whom we live and grow up. That's how we start. And then get glimpses of what it means to connect in the here and now, in that moment, with those whom we don't even know, but we bear our soul, whatever, words, thoughts, actions. And the same goes with the friend. They bear their soul in that moment. and it's fine with us, whatever it may be. And connections, I believe, are formed at two levels. One, at the level of time and space, and interests, maybe, yeah? Such as hobbies, etc., or what we do together as a family and whatever, yeah? But in time and space and activities, that's one. And another is in the here and now, where we say whatever we feel, we do what we feel, what we think, maybe loudly, whatever we think, with no fear of judgments from the other. We are ourselves in the here and now. So when we meet after 20 years or 30 years, these friends with whom we connected as a child in that moment, when we meet those friends again 20, 30 years later, we become, the same age. That moment in which we connected, we go back to that, which is here and now. So we are open, expressive of our thoughts, ideas, words, actions, as we were when we were children, because we've connected in the here and now. And when we meet that person or those friends, we go back to the here and now. And that's why it feels good. Because we find ourselves. How about a song?
तेरा ना होना जाने क्यों होना ही है तुमसे ही दिन होता है तुमसे ही रात आती है तुमसे ही तुमसे ही तुमसे ही शाम जाती है तुमसे ही बारिश आती है तुमसे ही सब कुछ होता है तुमसे ही तुमसे ही ना है ये पाना ना खोना ही है तेरा ना होना जाने क्यों होना ही है
Thank you. The song means why is it I feel you, that I see you, and I'm with you when you're not here. And it's not about the wins or the losses or the ups and downs, because everything is you. Even the nights and the days, even the happy and the sad, all I feel is you. Which brings us to the second curation or idea. We connected in space and time, or in the here and now. But over a period of time, as we grow, we break up as well. With certain people, with certain institutions or groups that we may be affiliated to, or even with things with whom we formed a relationship. Usually in space and time. So the relationships that break, if we were to determine the root cause, are the relationships in which we couldn't be ourselves. Who we are, we couldn't be. And no one's fault, yeah? It's just the dynamic. Those relationships start breaking. No matter how much time we spend together, no matter how many activities we do together, no matter how close we are, maybe sitting right next to each other all the time. But if we can't be ourselves, we're never in the here and now. And all relationships that are eternal form in the here and now. They may start in time and space, but they grow to help us to be in the here and now and find ourselves. So with time, be it friends, be it family, be it work, be it affiliations and clubs and whatnot, we might join, we might go together hand in hand up to a point. But if we can't be ourselves, then we start disconnecting. And when we start disconnecting, we say or give reasons of this or that. This person didn't spend enough time with me, or they don't like the same things that I did, or they're never there. All these are connections that were formed in space and time. So as growing up, long distance relationships, as they said, were a challenge because were never connected in time and space, because there was only so much time and space that we could spend with each other, because let's say we were far apart. And then as we grow, we realize that we're connected with whoever in the here and now. Those relationships are fresh and eternal as they were, and feels like as if they were day one. Why? Because in that relationship you found yourself, and you could be yourself. So the root cause of breakups, I believe, is whenever we can't be ourselves with the other. And this goes both ways. We can be ourselves and, scream and yell and blah blah blah, or be rude and mean. But if we don't give that freedom to the other person to do the same, let's say, where if they try to express and we don't allow that, that's where the breakup starts, I guess. So one is us being expressive and open and ourselves in that moment, whatever it may be, good or bad, but also allowing the other person to be themselves, which we can't force or give, but it's got to come from within. If I feel I can't be myself with someone or in a particular situation, I drift away from that. It's not because of the other person or anything. It's just that I can't be myself in that situation and with that person. It's not them. But we might bring in the history of that relationship in pointing fingers. It's all because of them that I moved away. But in reality, it's just me, that I couldn't be myself with them, be it good or bad. So all the breakups that have happened in my life with, friends, colleagues, and others are not because of anyone other than me. And then you find this person or situation or group or work or, institution, if I may say, or business or whatever, where you can be yourself, and voila, that's where you find all the other things that you're looking for. But the key and the effort of any relationship is not about changing anyone or judging anyone, but I guess realizing in this relationship, am I being myself, whoever I am? Not judging others, but judging oneself. If I feel this, am I able to tell that? If I think this, am I able to talk that? If I want to do something, am I able to do that? Without a filter, preferably. And whenever we do that, or whenever we are able to, the relationship grows, whatever it may be and with whoever. And whenever we can't, the relationship breaks. Because the only thing that happened for a relationship to break was I couldn't be myself. How about a song?
Where are you, love? Where are you, love? Wanna be with you. Wanna hear you, love. Wanna touch you, love. Wanna set you, love. Wanna hear you, love. Wanna see you, love. Love, love, we fall in love. Here in the now, fall in love. To the edge of the heaven and hell, to the depths of the past and the next. I've searched, I've looked for you. As I rest, finally I'm with you. Love, I'm in love. Here in the now, I'm with love. Like the sand in my hand, slip, slide, go away from you. All these wants and that clock push me, pull me away from you. In and out, in and out, in and out of love, in and out. Thank you. So, as we said, we connect in space and time with certain relationships. And then there are those that we form in the here and now, being ourselves, which are everlasting and eternal. And on the contrary, there are breakups that happen as we grow. We usually blame it on the history, and this person said this or did that, or this is not the place for me, they don't appreciate how hard I work, blah, blah, blah. But when we reflect, we realize the only reason we couldn't be in a particular relationship is because we couldn't be ourselves. Day in, day out, we were not ourselves, but someone else. And that means we couldn't be in the present, where all the connections happen. We couldn't be in the here and now. That was the only root cause. So what's this yoga of relationships and breakups? What is the yoga in it? What is the essence? Because we all go through relationships and breakups. But when we go through both, positive and negative, what is the essence if we were to reflect on? The whole experience of forming relationships and breaking up in relationships or with relationships was for us, or for the one, to realize what it is being oneself, finding oneself. And where do we find this? In the here and now, being in this moment, doing whatever we are doing, playing the guitar, having an argument, working, going for a walk, driving, meeting friends or strangers. It don't matter what the situation is. But if we are in the situation, in the here, in the now, 100%, not worrying about what will they think and what will they say and blah blah blah, but about this is what I think, this is the idea that I would like to share. And I'm not saying be rude and offensive, I'm not trying to say that, but what I'm trying to say is express what you feel and what you think to the other, honestly. If you don't like something, you don't like it. It might hurt the other person, fine. And you might be telling the same thing over and over again, and this person doesn't want to accept it, and that's also fine. But the key here is, am I being myself? Not what others did, what others said, this happened, that happened, none of that. The only question that should come to me is, am I being myself? Did I tell what I feel? Did I tell or express or do what I thought? And if I did, great, I find myself in the here and now. I might feel angry, I might feel happy, I might feel sad, I might feel in bliss, right? I don't know, whatever it may be. But was I myself? At least in reflection. If not, right then and there. And if I was, in the here and now. In whatever came my way. Some people might have said something rude, or some people might have said something nice. Some things might be successful, or some things failure. It don't matter. But if I accepted, and if I was there in the here and now, I find myself a little bit in that here and now. And what does that even mean, finding oneself? I know who I am, right? Based on my likes and dislikes or preferences, right? Based on what I have and the tags and the work that I do, with whom I move about. I know who I am. But who you come to know when you're in the here and now, giving your best to whatever the situation may be. And most importantly, learning from the situation what will help you give your best. One comes to realize that you're doing whatever you're doing with love. Excuse me.
who you are. The best in you is love. Having the ability to, or the strength to accept whatever comes one's way is love. And whenever I'm in the present, playing the guitar, I'm doing it with love. It's not thinking and, I have to catch this finger and do this and do that. No, it's just happening. I had to practice, right? That's a different story, but there comes a time like now where I'm not thinking about it. I'm not looking at it, but it's just happening. And what's coming out is out of love. I believe, most of the times. But I get distracted as well. I fall all the time. But whenever I'm doing whatever I'm doing, it might be with my family, my friends, colleagues, strangers, alone, right? As long as I give my best and accept whatever I get as a lesson to help me give the best, I realize I'm in the here and now, in love, doing whatever I'm doing with love. And lastly, if I'm in love and doing whatever I'm doing with love, the same must be true of all others. They are also in love. The best that they have is love. And whatever they may do, may be with love. I'm no one to judge others, but that's the logical explanation. So sometimes they may be screaming at us and saying something rude. But if I accept that as a lesson, hey, you know what? What can I learn from it to be better? Give better. Or this person said this and I felt this. Okay. That doesn't make me that person. So who am I? So whatever words, whatever thoughts, whatever actions that come, as long as they're with love, we find ourselves in the here and now. In relationships that are filled with love, because we're in love, we're ourselves, and we can't change others or force them to be themselves, but since we are, they might get the courage to be themselves. And whenever they are, be it good or bad, right, towards us, acceptance, because whatever is coming our way is a lesson for us to be better, a little bit better than who we are today, right? If we learn, then we have yoga, if I may say yoga, the relationship and breakup circle, where we have gone through relationships and gone through breakups, but now we see it was all for us to realize what true love is, which is in the here and now, and we experience it whenever we are ourselves in the here and now. And what does that even mean? Whenever we give our best to whatever we are doing, wherever we are, with whomever we are, and accept whatever comes our way as a lesson so we could improve for the next opportunity, we come to realize what love is, what life is, and maybe the light that shows us both what that is in the here and now. How about a song? And then we'll conclude.
your love, oh love, my love, your love, oh love, fall in love, love with love, fall smiles, tears, hopes, fears, all are born from this love. What I get and all that's lost, friend, everything is meant too much one day into love. Thank you. As you noticed, I missed a few beats and I missed a verse because I was going back and forth. There were some chores I had to do in the afternoon, so I already went there versus being in the here and now. So I goofed out. But hopefully tomorrow I'll be a little bit better than today. And being in the here and now. So we get pulled to the past and future, to this or that. That's the norm. But at least if we reflect or watch, we can't control that, right? It's going to happen. And there's nothing to control. It's just watch it. Going back and forth, okay, I goofed up, okay. Let's make a note and hopefully next time I won't do that. And I'll do it again, no problem. But it's a practice of trying to be in the here and now, in whatever we are doing. And the yoga which is giving one's best and learning from the rest. If we keep doing that, if we yoga in whatever we do, one day all we'll find is that we are in the here and now, living every moment the best that we can. And in doing so, we are in love all the time, doing with love whatever we are doing. And most importantly, for love, because everything, be it our family, friends, strangers, birds, bees, even those who are mean to us, and things,
Everything is love. So we'll do whatever we do in love, with love, and for love. And find ourselves in the here and now, in which there is nothing but love. Hope to see you tomorrow. Same time, 12 noon CST. Or you may watch the past concerts and read the books at the link abhi.dhiyogi.org. That's abhi.dhiyogi.org. And if you have any questions, you could submit them anonymously over there or with your details, and I'll try to answer them or cover them in the best way possible in the subsequent sessions. Thank you again for making the time and being here and giving me the opportunity to be in the here and now. Thank you.